Today, November 19th, is my first year anniversary of being appointed as Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Some of the highlights, we've done a lot, but we've been able to restructure the ministry through a management functional review, through a HRMO, Cabinet Secretariat, and go through the processes. We have a new vision, a new mission, and new guiding principles in terms of references. We've been able to strengthen the Teaching Service Commission, strengthen the WIEC, strengthen the Sierra Leone Library Board, establish the delivery team. For curriculum and research, we established the curriculum and research unit. We created the basic education framework, a civic education framework. Curriculum and syllabuses have been developed and are being reviewed and endorsed today. Actually, we have research publications that we've come out with. In policy, we have a radical inclusion policy draft that's ready for me. We have a school approval policy, school subsidy use policy, and ECD policy, and school feeding policy, with several other guidelines. We've established global partnerships with World Bank. We were able to raise $50 million on that. On the multi-donor trust fund, $16 million we've been able to get this year. GPE, we've been able to raise $7 million for COVID response, and we have a lot more other relationships that are non-financial with the Education Partnership Group, with DFID, and with the Education Outcomes Fund. We have pending about $20-25 million that will come out next year. We've established a school with our partners in Port Loco, a lab school, and we've subsequently created a couple more lab schools, and we are opening up new ones in Moyamba, in Moyamba, we have in Kailao, and we have in the north as well. With data and digitization, the Education Data Hub 2.0, which opened up how we linked learning outcomes data with annual school census data. The Education Innovation Challenge has been rolled out, and we've learned from that, and we'll keep expanding that. We've been able to integrate WIEC data, examination data, with our learning outcomes data, so all of the examination outcomes data comes to people directly. Established the Education Management Information System, an electronic system where all schools have their data that we are aware of. And over the last year, we've been able to expand. We've started on all of our manifesto premises and more. But some of the things that I'm really excited that we've been able to do was, under the instruction of the President, we were able to complete the reassessment of over 4,000 teachers. We've increased the number of qualified teachers this year. We've reintroduced civic education in schools. We've trained civic educators. As we said, we have a civic education curriculum framework, in addition to all of the materials that the Civic NACSID has done. We've established at least one functional adult literacy center using existing school facilities in every chiefdom in this country, and we're supporting literacy programs for women. We have promoted inclusive education. We've provided subsidized school buses in all urban areas. And for COVID response, right, so we expanded the radio teaching program. How the radio teaching program reached more spaces than it's ever reached. We opened schools for about 800,000 pupils and had 0 cases, conducted exams for about 400,000 kids, established an emergency education task force. We conducted school feeding in all of those. All of this we're able to do in 1 year, and we're really just getting started. So for me personally, I look forward to erasing this board again tomorrow and putting in new targets, but I'm absolutely proud of the work that the team has done, and to be able to go from a vision and a framework like this to checking essentially the entire box. Our commitment is that over the next year we will accelerate, as part of the President's mandate, towards completing the things that we promised the people of this country that we'll do, and as we'll target the National Development Plan outcomes to increase the number of people who are having access to basic, free, quality education.